Hi there, my name is Janelle and welcome to Skaha Flow Yoga. Today's class is inspired to find a beautiful blend between consistency as well as finding strength and flexibility within our body but also within our heart. So if you'd like to join me on this journey today, let's get started. Let's meet at the front of our mat, feet hip distance apart. Let's take a breath in and do a little shoulder roll. Exhale, open the palms towards the front, maybe soften the gaze, close the eyes. Let's just take a couple of full breaths in here. And as we inhale, trying to feel the length in our body. As we exhale, notice the bottoms of your feet against your mat. As we inhale, try to find that little bit of lightness. As we exhale, feel that rootedness. And just take a moment to check in with your body. Do a little scan, see how it's feeling today. And then also take a moment to also check in with your heart and take note how it's doing, how it's feeling, where it's at. And just honor that through your practice today. Whether you're needing a little bit of an extra push and you're trying to fire up the body and feel on all cylinders. Or maybe you need to take a moment and step back. And that's okay, that's all good. The moment we start to listen to the signals our body is sending to us is the moment when we're honoring and we're thriving within our body. Okay, so your next inhale, let's float our arms up, bringing our palms together over top. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. So that again, breath in, sweep up. Exhale, hands float down. Let's breath in, sweep the arms together. And this time, as we exhale, forward fold, softening into those knees as we bring our upper body down towards the ground. If it feels okay, allowing gravity to let our body be heavy. If we want to rest our elbows on our thighs, if that feels better in our lower back, please do so. Use your breath as you inhale, try to feel that length in your spine. As you exhale, release and let go. Inhale, feel that little bit of lightness. Exhale, release. Okay, one more breath. Next inhale, sweep the arms up, bringing your body all the way up to standing, hands together. Exhale, hands to heart. Breath in, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's do a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Let's plant our hands onto the mat and step back into our plank position. For this first one, really firing up our legs, feeling nice and strong. Fire up our hands, so gripping with those fingertips into your mat, feeling pressing through the palm of your hand, not just settling into your wrists. And now as we lift through those arms, we feel our upper back kind of press up towards the ceiling. Strong tummy muscles. Okay, one more breath here. And now we'll lower onto the knees for this first one as we bring our body all the way down towards the mat. Let's take a breath in and lift our upper body into a nice simple cobra. Pointing those toes behind, lengthening the crown of our head forward. Okay, not a lot of weight in our hands. Let's do a breath here. As we exhale, let the chest come back down to the mat, tuck our toes, and press ourselves up into our first downward dog. Now as we hit this upside down V position with our body, soften your knees. Okay? And as we do so, we have a little bit more space to press into our hands and tilt our hips up towards the ceiling. And release any tension in your neck. Again, using those fingertips to grip your mat, pressing into your palms, not just settling into the wrists. Might feel good to walk your feet out. Okay, so maybe one foot and then the other. Feeling that openness start to happen in your hips, all the way down our back body. And nice and slowly, we're going to walk our feet up towards our hands, just nice little steps. Coming all the way up to the top into our forward fold. Let's take an inhale with a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep it up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Breath in, sweep up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank. Now this time we can either stay on our toes or drop down onto our knees again. Let's lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra again. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And release. Let's come up onto the toes in the back. Crouch down into your knees, look towards your hands, and either step or hop up to those hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep it up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Now before we do our next little flow, let's just do a little crescent moon. So sweep our hands up as we take a breath in. We're going to put those fingers together and stretch up our pointer fingers towards the ceiling, kind of squeezing our ears with our arms. Let's take a breath in, feel that length. And as we come down, you can mirror me, come down to your right. Okay, sending our hips towards the left as we stretch our fingers to the upper corner of the room. You're feeling that beauty stretch down the side of the body. Let's take a breath and release. And then inhale, come up to the center. Exhale down the other side. Okay, so now feel that stretch, the fingers coming upper left, hips are going right. Okay, trying to keep our chest centered forwards so that stretch is really focused into our side body. Take one more breath. Okay, inhale, come up to the center. And as we exhale, we're going to do a gentle little back bend. So just bringing our arms back behind us slightly, lifting our chest up towards the ceiling as our gaze goes up. Maybe pressing our hips forward slightly. Just a nice, easy one to start with. Small little breaths of air. Let's come up tall with an inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank. Chaturanga, halfway down. Upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Okay, nice full breath in and a full exhale. Sweep our right leg up behind us. And as we're in our three-legged dog, notice how your hands feel, if they feel even, if you're using those fingertips. Try to feel that length through your right leg, reaching behind you, pressing down strong into your left foot. Let's take a breath in. And as we exhale, bringing our right knee in towards our chest into a bit of a plank position. Feeling those hands light up into the ground. Now let's take that right foot and place it between our hands, coming into a lunge position. So settle down into those hips a little bit. Maybe bouncing a bit just to feel where they're at today. If it feels all right, we can lift our fingertips off the mat, bringing them up towards the ceiling, crescent lunge. Okay, so let's take your breath in and find that length, opening the chest slightly. So we exhale, let's round our arms behind us into a bit of a circle. With the inhale, stretching them up towards the ceiling again. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, round the arms. Inhale up. And exhale, round they go. Inhale up. Okay, now next exhale, let's bring those hands down towards the ground. We're going to drop our back knee down, flatten that foot. And once we feel rooted on the ground there, arms can come back up towards the sky, ceiling, wherever we're at. Oh, maybe some of us are lucky enough to be outside right now. Okay, so let's take your breath in, find that length, that openness in the chest again. Engage those tummy muscles. Now as we exhale, I want you to round your arms, but at the same time, pressing our hips towards the back of our mat, maybe keeping our hands off the mat, lengthening them forward. Let's inhale, come forward into our lunge again. And exhale, round those arms, send the hips back. A little bit of a runner's lunge. Okay, again, inhale, coming forward. And exhale back. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, come forward. Exhale. Last one, breath in. And breath out. Now this time we can drop our hands down and settle into that nice hamstring stretch. Maybe swing the hips side to side a bit, just to feel that sensation. Feel how the stretch changes a little bit with the direction of our hips. And then come back to that center. Take a breath. Let's come forward into our lunge again. Frame our foot with our hands, tuck the back toe. Send that knee up into our lunge. And up we go, crescent lunge again. Let's take your breath in. And exhale, opening up into warrior 2. Okay, let's flip that front palm and right away come into our exalted warrior. And as we exhale, come back into warrior 2, dropping our front elbow towards our knee and sweeping our top hand over top. Okay, let's do a breath in, come back to our exalted. And exhale, extended side angle. Again, breath in, sweep up. And now this time as we come down into extended, if you'd like to drop that right arm towards the inside of your right foot as you come over with that left hand. Let's do that again, breath in, sweep it up. And exhale, extended. Now let's come back into our warrior 2, lengthening that front leg, giving our quad a little break. And come into our triangle pose. So with our right arm, let's stretch it forward as far as it can, sending our hips towards the back of the mat. Drop our right hand down, and it can rest either on our shin, or it can float in front of our leg, left arm up towards the sky. Okay. Your gaze might go up towards your top hand, or if that hurts your neck, it could be down towards the ground. Take your breath in. Nice. Let's take our top hand. We're going to breathe in as it opens our chest up just a hair more. As we exhale, drop that hand to meet the other, rotating ourselves into our lunge. And let's plant our hands onto the mat, and we're going to sweep that front leg back to meet the back into our plank. Feeling nice and strong in our plank position, pressing into those fingertips, strong through the arms, strong through our legs, fired up through the belly. Okay, let's take a breath in. And as we do so, let's roll over onto the outside of our right foot, stacking our body on top of our right hand. Left arm can float up towards the sky. Okay, side plank. Maybe for fun today, we can lift that top leg. Good, maybe we bend it in so it's bouncing on top of the toe towards the inner knee. Beauty. Now let's take that leg and we're gonna hopefully with control step it forward into a lunge. Both hands are gonna come to the inside of that front foot and we're gonna work that front foot over to the side slightly. Okay, so keeping those toes facing forwards, hands good shoulder distance apart from each other. Let's take a breath in, find a little length in our body. And as we exhale, I want you to bend into those elbows as much as your hips will allow you. Okay, and then press up with an inhale. Exhale, bend those elbows down. Inhale, press up. 2 more times, exhale down. Nice strong back leg. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's inhale, press ourselves up. We're going to take that front leg and sweep it back into our plank. Okay, take that breath in, feel that length. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Okay, we're going to do a nice little locust pose just for change. So we're going to take those arms, clasp them behind our back. If that feels okay in your shoulders. If it doesn't, you can just leave them out to the side. Pointing those toes, let's take a breath in. As we exhale, lift our upper body, stretching those hands down towards our feet. Feeling that lift, feel that engagement in your back. Take 2 breaths here. And 1 more full breath. As we exhale, release those hands. Let them come back down under our shoulders. Okay, tucking those back toes and pressing ourselves up into downward facing dog. So get those hands nice and set. Send those hips up towards the sky. Okay, now it's time to do our other side. So let's lift that left leg up behind. Feel that length. Try to find that equalness between your hands, pressing into your mat. Okay, breath in. As we exhale, bring that knee in towards our chest. Coming to that nice strong plank position. Plant our left foot between our hands. Once we feel settled, arms can come up, Crescent Lunge. Okay, so take that moment, even just if you'd like to bounce in those hips. I always like to do a little bounce just to suss things out, see how it's feeling. Light up that back leg, maybe inch your body forward a little bit. Let's take a breath in, feel that openness. Exhale, round the arms. Inhale up. Exhale around. 1 more time, breath in. And out. Okay, let's do that breath in. And as we exhale, plant those hands down on the mat. Drop your back knee. Okay, flatten that foot. And then again, once you feel your balance, you can lift those fingertips up towards the ceiling. Settling into those hips. Engage the tummy. Feel strong in your core. Okay, let's take that breath in. As we exhale, round the arms as we send the hips towards the back of our mat. Whoop, lengthening those fingertips forward. As we inhale, coming forward in that lunge. Exhale, hips go back. Inhale forward, seeing how our balance is. Exhale round. Let's do 2 more. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. In. And out. This time letting our hands come down for a little assistance. Okay, and maybe just close the eyes. Get a sense of how that hamstring feels on the other side. Okay, feel free to sway those hips if that felt good. Get your breath. Find your breath. Find that rhythm. Okay, settling your hips into the center. Okay, let's come forward into our lunge again. Frame the foot. Bring that back toe underneath. Pop your knee up. Once you're ready, take that breath in. Engage your crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two, other side. Okay, flip the front palms, send it up into exalted warrior. Take that breath in. And exhale, coming into our extended side angle. Dropping that elbow to the top of the knee, opening the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, extended. Okay, inhale, exalted warrior. Now this time if you want to add that front arm, coming down to the inside of the leg, right arm up and over. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, round we go. Okay, last one, breath in. And out. Okay, let's come up into our warrior two. Lengthen that front leg. Woo. Let's reach our arms towards the front of our mat, sending the hips behind us. And now drop that left arm down into your triangle pose, so either on the shin or floating in front of the arm or in front of the leg. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. You can even gently open that chest up. That feels good for you. Feel that length in your spine. Try to find a little lightness in the body with your breath. Okay, one more full breath here. Okay, let's drop that top arm down towards our bottom. Pivot our whole body into our lunge again. Okay, plant those hands and sweep that front foot back to meet the other into our nice strong plank position. You know, this time we got to rotate onto the left side. Okay, so let's take your breath in, rotate onto our left outer edge of our foot. Left arm, right arm floats up. Always knowing we have the option of being down onto our bottom knee. Okay, make this work for you. Make it feel good for your body. Maybe you float that top leg. Whoop. Okay, maybe we even bend that knee, bringing that right toe to the inside of our left knee. Beauty. One more breath. And now let's step that right foot forward, coming into our lunge. Right foot, let's gently just walk it a little bit to the outside. Both hands to the inside, planting those palms onto the mat. Of course, again, you can always drop that back knee. Let's take a breath in, feel that length in the body. Exhale, bending into the elbows as much as our hips will let us. Inhale, breath in, coming up. Exhale, down. So 2 more times, breath in. And down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's press up nice and strong through those palms. Lift that right foot slightly, bring it back into your plank. Okay, take a breath in. And exhale, lower all the way down. Time for our locust pose on one more time. So take those hands, clasp them behind your hips. So we breathe in. Exhale, open up the heart, point those toes, send that energy of your hands down your body. Feel that openness in your chest and your shoulders, lengthen the neck. Okay, one more breath. And exhale, let it go. Take your palms and put them under your shoulders. We're going to press our body up and flip onto our back, okay? So work yourself down onto your mat. Okay, we'll lengthen our legs. Let's take a moment to inhale and exhale. Feel the ground on your back. And with your right leg, bring it in towards your chest. Clasp your fingers below your knee. Take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze your knee to the outside of your rib cage. As we do this, we get a beautiful stretch down the front of our left hip. Try to be mindful to lengthen the back of your neck along your mat, gently tucking the chin into the chest. We're going to take our right hand and we're going to reach it to the inside of our leg. Now, if there's space, you can take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toe. If there's not space for that, you can also just hold the back of your leg. So pick what works for you. We're going to take our left arm and place it out to the side. Let's take a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to lengthen that right heel up towards the ceiling. Getting that stretch deep down the back side of our right leg. And we can either stay right here if this feels good. Trying to press both of our shoulder blades down towards the mat, both of our hips down into the mat. Now we have the option of letting that right leg come out to the side, letting it float down towards the ground. Now as we do this, we want to make sure both of our hips stay seated towards the ground, that we're not letting our hips float up on the one side. So only going as far as we can until our hips start to change in a way we don't want. Now the stretch is deep in our inner thigh. Take a breath here. Exhale, let it go. Now slowly and with control, let's bring that leg back up to center. Release hold of your foot or your thigh and let that leg float down to the ground. Let's do our left side. So left knee into the chest. Clasp your fingers the other way, wrong way. Take a breath in. Exhale, outside of the rib cage. Note that stretch down the right hip, front of the right hip this time. Breathe into that space. Left hand reaches to the inside of our leg, grabs hold with our peace fingers of our big toe, or again behind the thigh. Okay, take a breath in. As we exhale, lengthen that leg up towards the ceiling. Okay. And wherever you're at, if you'd like, you can either stay right here or our right hand comes out to the side. And we slowly allow that left leg to come open, keeping our hips connected to the ground, our shoulders connected to the ground. And as you do this, you should feel the strength of your core kicking in to keep that connection of your right side to the floor. You should feel that lengthening of your muscles, the stretch happening in your inner leg. There's a lot happening in this stretch. Let's do one more breath. And then allow that leg to come back up through the center with control. Release the hold on the toes and let the leg float down. So just a little bit of a core exercise flow. So let's take a breath in, and as we do so, we're going to sit ourselves up, lengthening the arms towards the sky. And exhale, forward fold over those legs. Okay, inhale, sweep up, arms up tall. Exhale, scoop the arms around, coming back down onto our back, hands in front of the chest. Inhale, sweep them up, sit up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sweep them around and down onto our back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Last one, breath in, sweep up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Okay, and then up we come. Now we're going to keep our right leg lengthened long, and we're going to take the left and bring it back behind us so that the heel of our left foot is towards our butt. Okay? Now if that doesn't feel good on your left knee, feel free to either bring it in a little bit more or flipping it right over the other direction. All of that works, so choose what feels right for you today. Hit that position. Let's take a breath in and sweep the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our right hand down over top of our right leg. So we can either bring it on top or maybe to the inside of our leg as our left arm sweeps up and over. Now we're really focused on opening the chest up towards the ceiling. If you have the space, feel free to reach with that left hand and see if we can grab hold of those toes. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. If you have hold, you can take your right arm and sweep it down towards your left inner thigh. And as you grab hold of that toe, use that to rotate, open your chest towards the ceiling, maybe even pressing your hips gently open. Okay, so wherever you are in this posture, okay, all the different options, let's hold it for one more breath. And then we'll slowly release, bringing our body back up tall. Now we're going to come into our runner's lunge. So we're going to take our hands, rotate up onto that back knee, and just settle our hips behind. So feeling that nice little stretch in our hamstring. And now we're going to press forward into our little bit of a low lunge. Our back leg, we're going to bend behind us, kind of underneath us. So tucking that leg underneath, still staying forward in that lunge position. Now let's make sure that our ankle is lined up under our knee. As we feel that deep stretch on the inside of our thighs. Okay. Now if you'd like to try this next step, we're going to take the right hand and scooch it underneath that right leg. So our hands are on each side of that front foot, okay? Now you can stay right here. This is a beauty spot to work on the stretch, work on that mobility of bending our body in a way we don't normally. If you'd like to go a little further, we're gonna bend that right shoulder down as low as we can and trying to get that arm underneath that right leg as much as we can, sitting forward into that stretch. Now our weight is gonna come onto that right hand, and we're gonna try and lift off that right heel a little bit. Stretching into that right arm, maybe lifting that leg right off the ground, as well as our left arm. Okay? Now from here, we're gonna squeeze that right leg around our right arm. Maybe with our left hand, we can grab our right toe, and this right here, beautiful strength, balance, flexibility happening. If you have a little bit more space, you can kick forward with that right foot, bringing your head underneath your arm and opening your chest up towards the ceiling. Hey, who knew we were going here today? So as we kick into that right foot, we're pressing down into our lunge and opening our chest up. Let's do one more breath wherever we are. Okay, and we slowly release, untuck the head, bend that leg back. Okay, place that foot back down, find both our hands. Okay, work our knee back into a straight lunge. Maybe untuck that arm. Okay, settle our hips back into that runner's lunge one more time. Okay, and now we're gonna sweep that front leg back and come right into a child's pose. And so dropping our head down towards the mat if there's space, opening your knees up or keeping them together. Just take a moment to honor how that felt in your body, how that felt in your mind. Where did your mind go? Let's come up onto all fours and get ready to do our other side. Okay, so let's take a seat. And we're going to stretch our left leg out nice and long. So as we go through this again, be mindful of how you feel, how it all feels. So right leg is going to tuck behind us if that feels okay with the knee. If not, flip it forward. Let's take that breath in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, left arm's going to come down towards the left leg, either on top to the inside. Right arm sweeps up and over. Maybe we find those toes, maybe not. Okay, engaging that back foot as well, so your toes are lit up. Now your underarm, your left arm, can reach down towards the inside of your right thigh. As we do so, open the chest, spin the chest towards the ceiling. You feel that beauty stretch going down our whole right side body. Take a breath. And wherever you are, slowly release, coming up tall. Okay, now from here, let's take our hands, press them into the mat. Bring yourselves into our runner's lunge. Just for a moment. And then we sink forward into that low lunge, preparing ourselves for our second side. You know, our left hand is going to sneak, before we do that, let's bend that back leg, okay? So our right leg is going to tuck underneath, the right foot's underneath. We're going to take our left arm and sweep it underneath our left leg, so it's coming to the outside of our left foot. And as we do that, we want to bend into that front knee, okay? Making sure that our knee is over top of our ankle. Feeling good there, feeling that stretch going on. And either we stay right here for these next few moments and breathe through that motion, or if you want to go a little further, we're going to try and tack that left arm right underneath that leg, and now press up into our left hand. So we're trying to bring our weight into that left hand as we squeeze the left leg around our arm. Okay, right arm comes right off the ground. Sinking into that lunge. Now maybe from here you can use that right hand to grab hold of the left foot. Okay, staying right here maybe if that feels enough of a challenge for your body today, or if you've got that little bit more space, we take a breath and we exhale and we kick into that foot, opening our chest through our arm, pressing our hips towards the right side of the room, opening them up, opening the chest, pressing down into that left hand nice and strong. Let's take a breath wherever we are. And then slowly we'll release. Coming back out the way we came in, planting that foot down in your arm, uncoiling ourselves back into our low lunge, and then settling the hips back into our runner's lunge for a breath. And now let's squeeze our front leg back and working ourselves down into our child's pose. Now every child's pose looks a little different. For some of us, the knees are wide. For some, the knees are together. For some, our hips are up higher. Others, they're sunk back towards our heels. So take a moment to find that position that feels right for you today. Maybe your forehead can gently touch down onto the mat. Maybe your arms need to come by your side. So we breathe in that beautiful air, that prana, and allow it to travel through our body. On the exhales, releasing any tension, any unwanted energy that is hiding within. Our breath is that pathway out. Let's do 2 more breaths right here. Bringing the attention into the third eye. Take the palms, press them under the shoulders. Bring yourself up to seated. And we're going to come into seated twist. So if you're mirroring me, let's take our right leg and bring it underneath our body. Okay, so bringing that foot to the outside of our hip. Left leg is going to come over top. Now, if this feels a little awkward, you always have the option of keeping that your right leg stretched forward or tucked. Okay, so with that left leg over top, let's take a breath in, sweep our right arm up. Exhale, grab hold of your left knee and bring it across your body as you gently open your chest up towards the left. Maybe that left arm floats back behind you. The inhales, trying to feel that length. Exhales, opening up, feeling that nice twist through our spine. Let's take 2 breaths here. And we'll release to the front and do the other side. Okay, so left leg comes underneath, foot to the outside of the hip, right leg comes over top. Take a breath in, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, grab hold of that right knee. Encourage it to come across your body as you open up your body to the side. Feeling that beauty twist. Still fighting for that length as we ground both our sit bones down into the earth. Maybe close the eyes and just breathe. And one more breath. And release to the front. And let those legs come along on our mat. Okay, shake them out a little bit. We're going to do one last little opening of our front of our hips by just placing our hands behind our hips, fingers pointed down or towards our hips, about 4 to 6 inches behind. Let's take a breath in, lengthen those legs. As we exhale, send the hips up towards the ceiling, lengthening our body from tip to toe. Okay. Full breath in. Exhale. Let those hips float back down. And as we do so, folding forward over those legs. Okay, take a moment to encourage those hips to come back behind you. No matter where you are in your fold, however deep or high you are, enjoy how that feels for you. No, I'm not going to say that. Cut. No matter where you are in that forward fold, close the eyes and just take a moment to appreciate what your body can do for you. And let's release up tall. Slightly bend those legs, arms out in front. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll down onto your back. And it is time for Shavasana. Time to let that settle into your body. So Shavasana is the time to find that comfortable position on your back, maybe on your belly, maybe on your side. But it is a position of rest. For most, it is on our backs with our feet flopped out, our arms out by our side, palms facing up. After doing that work, after finding the fluidity of your breath, of feeling it move through your body, of challenging your mobility, your strength, now is the time to let that soak in and allow your spirit to soften. Allow your muscles of your body to soften. Close the eyes. Feel the softening of your forehead. The release of the muscles in your face, in your cheeks, in your jaw. As you breathe in, enjoy that gentle rise of the chest and the belly. And as you breathe out, feel that connectedness through your back, your hips, to the ground. For just a couple moments, trying to release and create space for whatever you may need in this moment. Take 2 more breaths. And then you can slowly work yourself up to seated. Feel free to keep your eyes closed as you do so. Trying to keep your energy inward. Come into a seated position that feels good for you. Feel free to grab a cushion to sit on, or a bolster, or sweater. You can rest your hands, whatever feels good for you today. You can rest them on your knees, palms facing up. You can rest them on your knees, palms facing down. Or maybe they're just resting within your lap. As you sit there, I want you to take an inhale and feel that lightness. And exhale and feel the softness. And just take a moment, and like we did in the beginning, take note of how your body feels now. Take note of how your heart feels now. Take our palms and press them together in front of our heart. Just notice our thumbs gently pressing against our chest. And use that as a reminder to be grateful for our bodies and what they do for us. Be so grateful for our minds. Be grateful for our neighbors and sharing in this beautiful energy. Grateful for each other and sharing in this practice. I'm grateful for Mother Nature for being our home. Thank you.